Okay, and welcome to episode 7 of Yeah, We Know Sports.
Hello.
Uh,
We are back to
we are
being back.
back after a decent absence.
But as summer comes along, we are going to try to do weekly episodes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
You're going to be
been
stuck with us every single
you're gonna
week.
be stuck with
Don't
us.
don't scare the audience.
I'm not scaring the
It's
audience.
been
You- you're,
I'm
chaotic
preparing
in
them
the
for the
lives of
Halloween
us.
special.
you're gonna bring down the viewer attention.
But okay, so
What a month in New York sports.
what a month in sports in general.
In general, yeah. Jinx, you owe me a soda, man.
Hang on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Mickey Loomis of the New Orleans Saints? You want me to come play for you? I'm just gonna have to wait a few more.
He would then wait for 3 days. As Joe was referring to, the NFL draft was last Thursday.
It was
Thursday,
eventful.
Friday, Saturday. It was certainly eventful. Yeah, eventful.
An event.
I think it was.
Before we talk about the draft, Jeff Oldbridge got fined $100,000, and the Atlanta
Wasn't it
Falcons got
250,000?
fined $250,000. No,
Remember, kids,
No,
Oldbridge
but
he got an additional $100,000.
oh,
make sure you always protect these things from your kids so they can't steal valuable information out
so
of them.
there were 6 players that got prank called.
With the most noticeable being
There were Shador Sanders, Tyler Warren,
Abu
Um,
Carter.
Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, the Bills player,
TJ Sanders.
TJ. I don't know if that's his name.
Wait, Hunter got prank called too?
Hunter got prank called.
Wait, was it the first or the second round pick?
I'm not. It was a second round pick.
TJ Sanders.
TJ Sanders and I forget the 6th one.
No, those are 6.
I thought
No, that was it.
Sanders.
That was it. Why did I say it?
Genty. Oh no, I'm blanking. Warren. 6.
Well, okay.
Not cool though.
I don't
That is
know.
not cool.
So we know how Sanders got prank called. It was
His
the
son-
Jeff
Falcons
Oldbridge's
defensive
son.
coordinator's son got
Former New York Jets interim head coach.
Jeff Ulbrich left out his iPad, and his son got a hold of it. Prank called Shador Sanders, and made him believe he was going to. What it was the Saints at.
Yeah. The exact words. Hello, this is Mickey Loomis of the New Orleans Saints. We'd love to have you on our team. You're going to be a great fit in
we're
New
gonna draft
Orleans.
you with we're gonna draft you with our next pick. You just gotta wait a little longer, okay?
He would then proceed to wait until the 3rd day.
I mean, honestly, that kid needs to be humbled. The prank call wasn't cool, but I think falling in the
The-
draft humbled him enough to push him.
The prank call. None of these prank calls were cool. I
That's
like.
not something that's okay.
No,
It's not okay. No matter how much we laugh, it's not
As
okay.
much as Shador Sanders thought he would be a top pick and he fell, you do not deserve to have that moment taken away from you.
no. How much was Ulbrich was fined?
He was fined $100,000,
I thought it was
and the team was fined $250,000.
So there were 2 separate fines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were 2. I thought it was 500,000 for the team and 250.
No,
for Ulbrich.
$250 for the team.
Ah,
which is
okay.
fine.
So it was last
Which
night.
is still a lot of money.
Before playing a single game with your new team, you cost them $250,000.
$250,000.
All right, so let's get into the
Yeah,
actual
reference to
draft.
that,
Let's get into the draft.
So let's.
The other New York team had a great draft, though.
Yeah,
You mean the second of the third New York teams?
Well, the other New York.
No, because 2 of them play in New Jersey and 1 actually plays in New York.
stop.
The other New Jersey New York team
Stop.
had a great draft.
Stop. I will boot you.
The other, the, the other New York team had a fantastic draft.
Yeah.
Like, we got Carter with the third pick, unlike the prank call said we would. We then proceed to trade back up into the first round for basically nothing to get Jackson Dart and take a chance to develop him into a franchise QB. And then another person I really like we got was Cam Skibaboo.
Cam Scatterboo.
Scatterboo. Why'd I say
There
Skip?
you go, Joe. It only took 3 tries.
No, I had it up how to pronounce
Cam
his name too.
Cam Scatterboo.
Scatterboo. I had it up. I'm an idiot, guys. Let's just move on. But I really like Scatterboo. Electric player to get that low in the draft. He has potential.
Yeah.
To pair him now.
Him and Tracy in the backfield.
Exactly.
Him and now we have to remember that our O-line was a top 15 O-line when Andrew Thomas was healthy. Andrew Thomas was not healthy last year. Andrew Thomas
He's
is
going to be healthy
probably
this year, hopefully.
what top 2 guard in the game.
Yeah.
I'd say I don't think that's an abhorrent statement.
No, I think that's a
I think
fair
we gotta
statement.
wait.
And then what we also have to realize now is that we're going to have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to mentor Dart. You're going to have Abdul Carter in this defense. You have Malik Neighbors, who's an absolute stud. I think Tracy can really be something special. Dable and Sheen have no reason they can't at least be competitive this year. They don't have to make the playoffs.
They do have a reason.
Well,
And
no.
it's nothing that's in their control. It's the division they play in.
The Eagles stole.
Yeah.
The Eagles
The
won again
angle-
in the draft.
The Angles, oh my god.
No, they won early. They were later picks.
The Eagles are
The Eagles won again
the
in the first round of
reigning
the
Super Bowl
draft.
champion. They won their side of the draft. The Commanders, they have a much better defense now and can be incredibly scary. And the Cowboys,
So
Cowboys.
we were laughing at the Cowboys pick with Tyler Booker. It's not a bad pick. It's not.
It's not a bad pick. It
Not
was
a bad
just
pick. I felt like they could have got a little lower though.
no. I think they just reached for him.
It probably
Was it a horrible pick? No, but
could
I
have gotten a
still like
little
it.
lower, but they did address on one of their main needs, which I think was running back. They did address it later in the draft. Like I believe they picked 2. They picked 2 running backs.
they
I
should have
hope they
taken someone in the first round. That was my thing. I don't love their draft. Was it bad? No.
No, I don't think it was a bad draft. No, at all.
I just think Jerry Jones could have done better. And if it wasn't Jerry Jones doing the draft, it could have been a really good draft.
I wouldn't call them like a draft loser.
I wouldn't call them a winner. I wouldn't call them a loser. I will call the Giants a winner, though. And I will call the
Giants definitely had
a loser
winning draft.
for losing $350,000 combined between the team and the defensive coordinator in the process of having Jeff Olbert's son grab the iPad, do this to the iPad, and proceed to prank call Shador Sanders.
We are going to do winners and losers. So those are Joe's winners and losers. I have a
Spoiler alert.
Can I go, please? Because I don't want my answer to get stolen. Because I have one answer.
What do you got,
I've
Nick?
not studied my winner is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I've got the location for a second.
Yes.
All for that massive trade up in the first round. Because
Ooh.
I've said this. I think Travis Hunter is the best player in the draft in recent years. Not just this draft and other drafts too.
I agree completely. They gave up a lot for him.
He can make Trevor Lawrence something, and I feel like they can push them in that division, the AFC South, where last year we saw the Texans struggling a bit, but they only won it because the rest of that division was not competitive.
Once again, they gave up a lot to get Hunter. If Hunter is as advertised, that's going to be a great pick for them.
You also have to remember this is a move from a first-year GM.
I was about to say that
I know that took guts to do.
Even if it is a risky play, it's a very bold statement to make in your first year, not just as this team's GM, but as a GM in general.
This is
extremely bold, and I think it makes the franchise, which I think
Duval.
this is also Trevor Lawrence's do or die year, because you gave him that big contract extension, and he hasn't done much with it so far. But
Yeah.
He got hurt last year, though. We do have to remember that.
you've put some pieces around him, but I don't think enough to win. This might be that piece. This might be the Julio Jones to his Matt Ryan.
Once again, he still has to prove it.
Yeah.
But it's a welcome addition.
This is a very good move.
This could be, and we're not even just talking offense here. This could be the solution to their cornerback room.
Yeah.
But we need to see how much they're going to use him on each side.
Speaking of
That's the
quarterback
thing.
rooms, my loser for the fact.
Don't
that
even
they
say
have-
this, Nick.
Oh.
Don't even say this.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
Now,
so
you will touch on Cleveland's QB room later.
oh no,
My
I
second
said
loser
cornerback.
is Cleveland's
I thought you were
head
about to say
coach.
the Bills were a loser. Cornerback.
No, I meant the QB. No, my biggest loser is the Cleveland Browns for the
Oh.
QB room that they
No,
assembled.
no,
Yeah, for
I
their
was saying-
QB room alone, that team is a loser. To their head coach,
the
I am
first
so
trade was
sorry.
Pretty all right. They made that trade, which is really good with the Jaguars.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. The most notable thing they did after that was draft Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. Come on, let's be honest.
No.
Wait, guys, how about we have to spend the rest of the podcast talking about Shedeur Sanders now?
Oh yeah, of course.
So I don't. There were a couple of dumb picks I think they made. Dylan Gabriel, I don't.
Is that guy even a real guy?
If you thought you were gonna get Sanders, I don't think the pick was needed. Why pick Gabriel?
I think they want Gabriel. I think they just saw Sanders was still there, and they were like, "Okay, F it." That's
Throw
just
a
Sanders.
dart at the board.
That's
They
really
chose-
what I
The thing is with Sanders is he wasn't prepared for any pre-draft interviews. Rumors is he got into a fight with Daboll because he came in unprepared. Daboll asked him why, and he was not happy. He got questioned. If you're going to be in the NFL, you got to come prepared. You can't be a Nepo baby.
Excuse you, Joe. You were talking about Shedeur Sanders, who had his number retired at Colorado, by the way. Joe, you gotta remember that.
I don't care his number was retired. His dad was the coach. His dad gave him everything. And without Dion in Cleveland, he is going to be a total bust. And a waste of a 5th-round pick.
I mean,
We
if
don't
you
know
had
that.
the fifth,
We don't know that.
that 5th round pick. Come on.
We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know that.
I'm very questionable what he can actually do when Dion isn't there to feed him. But the one thing, this is going to kind of counteract what I said, but I do have to say one thing about Sanders. Someone had to get Hunter the ball.
So I think they made that trade. I don't know if they wanted Hunter, but I think Mason Graham is very good at the fifth overall pick.
Oh yeah.
I think Mason Graham is a very good 5th overall pick.
I just don't remember anything else besides Sanders. Besides that.
So they also
I agree,
picked
yeah.
2 running backs. They're trying to fill the hole that
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb is leaving.
Obviously, they're not getting Nick Chubb back.
They're not getting his production because I don't think he can get his production back.
That was a horrible injury that cost him his
Yeah.
career.
I don't think he physically can get his production back, but that's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's just Cleveland. They are cursed.
You're right.
But once again, they do it to themselves by making the most toxic QB room
but
in history.
But I think they made the right decision by trading back because
They also get 2 first-round picks next year.
exactly.
Because even if the Jacksonville Jaguars are decent, they're not going to make a Super Bowl run. They're going to lose in the 1st or 2nd round. That's like a mid-20 pick.
I don't think it's safe to say that yet.
No, I can't see them going far.
We're too early out. I need to see this Jaguars team before I can assume where that pick is going to be.
Yeah.
But it has the potential to be a decent early 20s pick.
It also has the potential to be a 32nd pick. You have to remember, you don't know what can happen.
So we've talked about our team. Nick, how do you think the Bills draft went?
I'm all right with the Bills draft.
You seem to have calmed down a little bit.
Reacting to the first round pick.
Well,
Maddie, should we show the clip?
Should we show the clip?
Oh, no.
Roll the clip!
I don't have the clip queued up, unfortunately. I should
In
have.
post-production, roll the clip!
Ooh, editing. Ooh.
Ooh. Nick
Editing.
didn't like
Okay,
it.
that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing by me.
Nick didn't
But
like it.
I thought Will Johnson should have been the pick. Yes, there are injury concerns, but
There are a lot of injury concerns.
still, I think even though we didn't draft Will Johnson, I think Max Hairston is a great pick. He has the Buffalo energy in him, and he is gonna bring a lot to that defense. He is gonna be electric, and then whatever you call it. T.J. Sanders, I also really liked. I like the Bills draft. It looks good. The only thing I can really hope for is trading for some sort of receiver in the offseason.
Amari Cooper is still out there.
There are actually rumors that Jerry Jones wants him back in Dallas.
Does he want to be back in Dallas?
does he-
Well, you see, Maddie, that means Jerry Jones actually has to pay a player, so we know that won't happen.
All in.
But yeah, I also
Brandon
do want-
Schottenheimer and Jerry Jones, all in.
I also do want the Bills to get on that James Cook extension because Saquon got paid $20 million. I think paying James Cook $15 million is justified now.
Yeah, he really boosted that market.
Yeah. What did I tell
Might
you
have
two
to
in the
do it
first
now.
episode? Cook was going to $15 million to set the market. Saquon said it already, and now $15 million looks like nothing in comparison.
Okay, in my defense, Saquon Barkley is a much better player than James Cook, so he should have been the one to set the market. Saquon set the market.
Yeah,
now I can say it's reasonable to pay. You also got Allen
Joe's
done
right.
with.
Joe's right.
You got the Allen extension done with, which was something I also mentioned in that argument.
Joe's right.
So now I'm less nervous now that you know what you have to deal with. The Allen extension is done.
Yeah.
Joe's right.
Saquon got paid $20 million. With all those factors taken into consideration, I can now see you paying James Cook $15 million.
Joe's
That is
right.
now reasonable.
Joe's right.
So going back to the first episode, we were both kind of right in that.
No,
debacle
I was
we got
not
into?
saying that you should pay Cook. You said you shouldn't pay him.
Well, because I said that he shouldn't get paid more than Barkley, he's not getting paid more than
He didn't
Barkley.
say you shouldn't pay him.
can pay him
He
that.
said you shouldn't pay him $15 million. At that
Yeah.
time, that I agreed with him. Now,
But I was right. Ooh, I was right.
Shut up, Mag.
shut up,
Oh my
Nick.
god. Okay. And then
Let's
Matt,
move on to
you-
baseball
you-
because we
We're
spent.
not going to hear your winners and losers of the draft, so let's hear them.
Oh shoot, Matt, you didn't give winners.
Oh
and
yeah.
losers.
Okay. So.
Make it quick. We gotta get to baseball and two other sports after baseball.
So.
and
I have-
tease the big surprise for the next episode.
Let's run through this quickly. I have the Steelers. They made some definitely some questionable picks.
Yeah.
They're
In all honesty, why didn't they take a shot at Shador?
Because they're going to sign Aaron
they
Rodgers.
picked Will Howard from Ohio State.
I don't love Shador Sanders. I don't like him. That being said, he still should have been on the Steelers.
Yeah, I
like
don't
he
think
filled
Will
that role.
Howard is
That
the
was-
solution at quarterback for them. They also picked Jack Sawyer pretty early when I think they have edge filled out already.
They had a weird draft.
That defense is already good enough.
Yeah, I don't.
Need to-
That was a weird
guess-
draft for them.
I don't know, but
And then who do you have for a winner?
I said my three winners already. Cleveland, Jaguars, and the Giants.
Oh,
okay, so we
So-
all kind of.
Uh,
Also, I do want to shout out the Patriots. They were also had a good draft.
yes, the Patriots had a good draft.
Boo,
Like,
boo.
we're not going to talk on them for a long time
Yeah,
because we do have a lot of stuff to get to. Like how Aaron Judge is hitting 434.
No, I think, yeah, dude.
Let's. I have two more losers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot.
The Saints. The Saints. are.
Hello.
With the New Orleans Saints.
I want to call you because you're calling me a loser in the NFL draft, and I don't think that's cool, man. Okay, so if you could just edit that clip out of the episode, I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You two coordinated this. You two coordinated.
No, we did
No,
not.
no, we did it. It just went
We jumped on
perfectly.
that. We both had the same reaction to jump on it.
And in all honesty, $250,000.
Okay, let's go back to the Saints.
That was the Falcons joke.
I know. I just had to say the Tom Crosby joke.
They picked Kelvin Banks, which I think was a good pick. In the first year.
Tyler Shuck. Why do you take Tyler Shuck?
Why
That
do you
clip we
take
showed
Tyler
last
Shuck?
episode.
I don't. Why do
We
you take
showed
Tyler
the
Shuck?
clip of how bad he is.
I don't think so. I think that one clip out of context doesn't give enough. I think he could be a decent quarterback, but
I don't like him over Jalen Miller.
I don't.
Derek Carr, who's hurt, and Spencer Rattler, which
You're right. I don't.
it's not as bad as the Browns, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, and
But you
Joe, I
also-
also
the thing
think
with
you're
Derek
right.
Carr,
I don't like him over
At least
Burrow.
Derek Carr can be a decent mentor. You really think that anyone in that Browns quarterback room can be a mentor?
Well, the
Maybe
thing is,
Flacco.
Derek Carr might be out all the next season at this point. We don't know yet.
And then also thoughts and prayers to Derek Carr and his family.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just let's mention that.
Wait, what? Did I? What
With his,
happened?
with his wife losing the baby.
Oh, okay.
Like, just our thoughts are with Derek Carr and his family at this time.
They.
And then who's your last loser?
I had the Lions just because they
Ooh.
picked a lot of wide receivers, and I thought that was strange. I thought
Yeah, they had a strange draft.
I thought you have your wide receiver room filled out pretty well already.
You have St. Brown.
You have St. Brown, you have Williams, you.
Well, that just boosts the rumors that Williams is going to be traded. And
That's true. You're probably right. That's true.
If they're going to trade him.
If they're gonna trade him, that's some of the Bills to jump the fuck on the train for and get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, you know what, if I can only use it once an episode, that was a good place to use it.
All right. So let's move over to baseball.
Aaron Judge is hitting 434.
Because it's quicker to cover first.
Uh,
This is not cover.
Now let's just do baseball and then we'll end off with the two quicker sports.
yeah. I think we do.
Because once again, Aaron Judge is hitting 434.
Aaron Judge is hitting 434. Like we said.
Aaron Judge hits baseballs.
So
Max Fried throws baseballs.
so
The rest of the Yankees need some work.
what?
Because now Jazz is out for a little bit.
They're still a
Like
very
they're
good
not.
Yeah.
They
Better than we
they're
all think,
they're still 5 games over 500.
They are a very good team, and once their pitchers get back from injury,
Yeah.
the league has reason to be scared.
Clark Schmidt was scrapped from his start today. Yeah.
Once again, the Yankees' main thing is they have injury concerns.
Yeah.
Wells and Volpe aren't hitting like anyone thought they would.
Anthony Volpe? Not
Jazz
in
is hurt
baseball?
now. I don't know if I said that, but he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Anthony Volpe is not the god that baseball players thought he was.
Ben Rice is actually doing good.
Ben Rice and Trent
Yeah,
Grisham.
I'll give
Ben Rice and Trent Grisham.
Like, once again, part of me has reason to say this Yankee team can be very good, but the red flags are still there.
So
That's what I can't ignore. And Devin Williams is out of the closer world. They
Yeah.
blew another late game today. Like,
We-
they're not a bad team,
Well,
but they
that
have
wasn't
the recipe
fluid. It was lighter
to
juju.
crumble.
we made the prediction that there'd be no one on the offense to follow Aaron Judge. We were wrong, and I thought there was a chance we could be wrong, but I thought that maybe those people
I'm really concerned about their pitching.
or Goldschmidt. Nowhere in the world did I think it would be Trent Grisham to be that person.
Also, let me be clear. They lost a series
Good.
to the Orioles, and they have a chance to lose a series to the Rays. These are bad series to be dropping versus division rivals.
Especially to division rivals who are playing bad right now.
Yeah,
Like, you're giving them life. If the Orioles can come back off the Yankees, who knows?
can the Orioles come back from the way they're playing right now?
I mean, they've been playing better this week.
I
The
don't.
Orioles did just call up Kobe Mayo.
They did call up Kobe Mayo.
Which
Like-
is hopefully going to be bringing some good life to them.
The Orioles, whatever you call it, whatever you call it, they've won 3 of their last 4.
If I'm them, I'm trying to get Sandy Alcantara on my team right now. You need a pitcher like that.
Like, that's the thing. If they can get an ace that's like an ace, I don't know why it cut off. If they get an ace to bunker down that staff, they could come back. They're only 5 games under 500. They've played better the past week. But
That is going to lead me to mention they did have that game where they lost 24-2
Yeah.
to the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean Reds.
Cincinnati Bengals.
the Bengals beat the Ravens. I mean,
8 field goals and a safety.
once again, the red flag's there. There's no runaway in the AL East.
Yeah, it's a
Like, the Red Sox are a game and a half back of the Yankees.
Which is why I'm so excited for the first Red Sox and Yankees series.
What is that?
Also, the A's are playing good too. While we're talking about the AL,
The Oakland Athletic. I said this year the Oakland Athletics had a sneaky good team.
no, I think we all agree the
Yeah.
A's can be competitive. They are being competitive, and it's nice to see.
The first Red Sox and Yankees matchup is going to be in Boston in the middle of June.
I hate you, John Fisher. We all hate you, John Fisher. Sell the team, John Fisher. Sell
Sell.
the team. Go back to Oakland.
Damn it! I already used it this episode. You know what I want to say.
Sacramento. Hey.
Can someone say it for me and use theirs?
No, don't.
That's not how that works, Joe.
Sell the team, move back to Oakland.
Sell the goddamn team.
Go back to Oakland.
Just build a new stadium there.
All right.
You can't go back
so
to the Coliseum. There are possums there.
I think we have to talk about your MLB best New York Mets, or are they still? Now that we've won a couple games, because we lost it for I think 2 days.
We
Right?
might be tied with the Dodgers. We might be tied with them. Let me look.
Right
we were
now,
for the longest time. First team to 20 wins.
we are still. We are the second best. The Dodgers have one more. Well, the one.
We're half
Dodgers have one less loss. The Mets, they played a little sloppy. Our bullpen has gotten beaten up. But Daniel Nunez is on the mend. He's supposed to be back tomorrow.
Brooks Raley's back.
coming
Signed
back.
to.
Yeah, we did. We signed Brooks Laley.
Hopefully we can sign David Robertson and get him back in this bullpen.
But-
we did lose AJ Minter and
There-
Danny Young. Both
There
are
is
lefties.
one gaping hole on this team, and it is in the shape of a $765 million right fielder.
Right
That is
fielder, yeah.
not.
Don't look now. He's been playing a little better over the past few games. The only thing that sucked is when he hit 2 home runs, they
We
still lost.
The one game he hits 2 home runs, you can't get a win out of it.
Like, I think Soto's starting to come around. I think the next time we record, we'll have some positive stuff to say about Soto.
I don't know if you two were watching last night, but that double that Soto hit in like the 5th inning was a bullet.
I
So
saw
it's a good sign.
Like, once again, he's hit into some tough luck.
I guess you can say he's heating up. Waka waka.
I don't get it.
It's
Oh,
getting
summer.
warmer
Uh-huh.
and-
Yeah. You're so funny, Nick.
But so I was reading something yesterday, and it was an article, and it was explaining like having Soto on the team also like changes the way that pitchers approach Alonso, and you have
Alonso's been able to match.
Alonso was playing like the
Alonso
National League
is
MVP right now.
Alonso is the MVP. I think Alonso is.
Well, he was the NL Player of the Month.
He was.
And who is the NL Rookie of the Month?
Acuna, and
Angel
he's
Acuna.
not smashing balls into the stands, he's hitting, he's getting on base.
When he gets on, he always
on the lower
steals.
side, but still, it's low 700s. I'm fine with that for if he's getting on base.
Yeah.
But he always finds a way to manufacture you a run.
You have to think of it like this: if Acuna hits a single, it's most likely going to end up being a double with his speed and how he can steal a base.
Mhm.
It's insane.
That Scherzer trade might be one of the best trades the Mets have made in a while.
Billy
Speaking
Epler,
of,
professional scammer.
speaking of the trades, the worst trade that's happened, Pete Crow Armstrong. Oh, I'm sad.
I'm saying.
I'm very sad.
Oh,
It could be worse.
just
You could have Devin Williams on your team.
No, Joe, it can't be
No,
worse.
no,
We traded
no.
away Pete Crow Armstrong,
He's-
and he's playing like a future
And
MVP.
now you know what Javi's doing in Detroit now.
And he's being good in Detroit.
He's playing well.
And he's
It only took him
center
3 years.
field. Do you know what's happening in our center field? Jeff McNeil is in there.
I do think you see Drill Gilbert soon. I
Yeah,
think he just
McNeil
needs
is
to
in
make sure
there.
Tom Hamill's dog is okay until Hamill can get the dog up to New York.
Speaking of, we do have Tidwell, who's just been called up for the...
Oh, Tidwell, that's who I meant.
Well,
No,
Blade Tidwell. Who,
my bad. I meant
his ERA does not look
I meant
the
Tidwell.
fanciest. It's about a 5. He looks good besides that. His ERA is very misleading.
okay, so yeah, Blake Tidwell coming up and making his first start against the Cardinals. Definitely a good team.
Yeah.
to go
They're
against.
struggling right now, so it's good for him. His dog is with Drew Gilbert right now, who also should be in New York very, very soon.
Yeah. His dog is with Drew Gilbert.
Drew Gilbert just shows up at the next homestand with the dog. I told her I'd take good care of him.
But yeah.
I think the Mets did bark at the park recently. So Drew
of
Gilbert
bark
was
at the
there
park,
with Blake.
I want to mention this. The Nationals did Bark at the Park Day the same day as Fireworks Night. Which,
That was horrible play.
That is so
you have a dog. You know that dogs and fireworks don't mix well.
Oh, I'm so sorry that everyone's ears are bleeding from all the dogs barking. That gets 5 big booms.
No.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Oh my god.
So, speaking of franchises doing terrible things, I saw this the other day about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh.
So, I don't know if you guys saw
Have
this.
I ever told you the
but
tragedy
in-
of Dark Plagueis the Wise?
What? Maddie, please continue.
What? I don't even know. So, you know that they have a wall out in right center field that has Roberto
Yeah.
Clemente's number?
that.
Yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
there anymore.
They took it down.
Over the offseason, they just took
Why?
it down.
Because it's the Pirates.
Gone.
No.
And they replaced it with a beverage ad.
Wow.
And his family got very rightly
Well, Maddie,
pissed.
you want to know why they took it down? Money, money, money.
That's a copyright song. Don't get us copyright, Joe.
I said one line and we can't get copyright. for that.
But yeah, they got very
They
rightly
should be
pissed.
pissed. That's an insult. You really can't keep your franchise player's number up to honor him? When I think of the Pirates, I think of Roberto Clemente and Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn.
Yeah,
That is a complete joke.
But there's also something else that they did. So
It gets worse,
they had
sadly.
these. Yeah, I told them about this before, but I'm also going to mention this. They had these stones that season ticket holders could buy to engrave their loved ones' names on them. They got rid of the stones, just threw them in a landfill somewhere. And
I would really like if everyone could look at my name right now.
It doesn't show up on the recording, Joe.
God.
I forgot names don't. Sell the team, everyone.
Oh my god.
It says Joe's name says sell the team.
Okay, let's be honest. What owner
But
should sell the team
It's
if only one could be sold? The Pirates? or the Yankees?
okay. Wait, let me
Yeah,
finish
Oh, I
the
thought we were
story.
done.
So they threw them in a landfill without giving the people the opportunity to pick them up. Now, this was done before by the Minnesota Twins, but there's a difference. The Twins gave them the people the opportunity to pick them up. Like they gave them like 5 days. That's how you should do
Give
it.
the people notice before you do it.
Once again, the
And
Pirates need to sell the team. But my question to you two: if only one team could sell, Oakland or the Pirates, who should sell?
You mean Sacramento?
honestly, I think Oakland. I think Oakland at this point is too far
Yeah, they're
gone.
already in Sacramento.
Like you're already moving to Vegas. You're you're moving to Vegas. There's no stopping it at this point. They're already building the stadium. You're in Sacramento, but the Pirates are never gonna move.
And the Pirates are gonna waste Paul Skeens.
The Pirates are gonna let Paul Skeens' career die.
Pirates are gonna let Paul Skeens go to the Yankees.
The Pirates are gonna
and
try and monetize Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn. As sad as it is,
Made Paul
like,
Skeens die.
let's not forget when the Pirates did that card offer, they had Livy Dunn throw something in. Like they are milking
You're right.
the Livy Dunn
No, you're right.
effect, and it's not working. Livy Dunn is not Taylor Swift.
Well,
All right, so we want to move on to talk about hockey. Some big news in New York hockey.
Nick and Maddie
Um,
were very happy that the Wicked Witch of Beaumont was dead.
he's gone. He's gone.
Lou Lamoriello has been removed from his role as general manager by the New York Islanders.
Bye-bye.
So I'm gonna take the lead here. So I don't think that Lou Lamoriello was a bad general
I
manager.
do.
His biggest flaw was keeping the team around for
Like Buck Showalter.
Was trying to be good when they couldn't.
No, you're right. You're right. His biggest flaw was trying to get past the first round when they clearly couldn't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how he always put the veterans.
You're right, Joe.
Like,
You're right.
the same thing can be said with Buck, but I don't know if that was Buck or Epler.
There were some great trades he made. Like the Brock Nelson trade might have saved this franchise. The Brock Nelson trade might have gave this franchise a big piece in
But the one question I have,
uh,
I have for you guys is, are they going to be able to rebuild swiftly, or is it going to take them a few years? And is a new GM going to have to come and do that job?
I think it's
so
smart and not immediately jump at it.
so the Islanders have a chance at the first overall pick. It's obviously always a lottery. There's somebody I want, and
Matty was a boy.
he's a kid
He wanted a
from
player.
He's a Long Island kid. He's a Long Island kid. He's an Islander fan. His name is Hate. I forget his name.
Hayden Christensen.
No. His name is not.
By the way, guys,
Christensen.
happy May the 4th to you.
Christensen is gonna go play hockey at his age.
From my point of view, the Islanders are evil.
His name is James Higgins. He goes to Boston College. He grew up on
Somewhere.
He grew up on Long Island. He grew up an Islanders fan, and he was projected to go first overall for the longest time. He's been slipping for a while, but there's really no reason that he should be. The AHL, the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, because I refuse to call them the Bridgeport Islanders. This is the dumbest rebrand of all time. Have you guys ever seen the Sound Tigers
I've not.
logo? I'm going to show you what they did to this franchise and what I hate about it. Hold on.
Oh no.
They changed it from one of the greatest logos of all time to the new Bridgeport Islanders logo. Hold on.
The new logo is horrible.
And
The old logo rocked. The old one is amazing. The new one is awful.
You seen it, Joe?
I've seen it.
I've not seen it.
I've been to a Sound Tigers game, and no, it's legitimately amazing. The American Hockey League has some of the greatest logos in professional sports.
Once again, I just think that I'm very concerned about whatever you call it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, about their ability to actually be good next year. And I don't want them to be in a spot where they have to have someone come in and build from the ground up. But I guess that.
They have pieces.
Yeah.
They got to put it together.
They have pieces. They have Sorokin's obviously a top 5 goalie in the NHL. You basically carried us to nearly the playoffs before we dropped off the face of the earth at the end. Barzal, who was injured for a majority of the year. Horvat. There were some good young players. Mark Gatcombe. Hudson Fasching. Noah Dobson, who played really well the year before this. This year didn't have that good of a year. There are pieces to build around. But you got to put those pieces together with pieces from the AHL, which the Bridgeport Islanders had 38 points, which is abysmal. Like, abysmal. Lowest record in the league. Like, just not good. And obviously didn't make the playoffs. And hold on, let me show you the Sound Tigers logo real quick. This is the. Can you see it? This is the Sound Tigers logo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That was awesome. Show the new.
I loved this logo as a kid.
The new one is stupid.
And they changed it from that to the new Islanders logo.
Now my question for all of you: what do we think of the hire across town?
The Rangers hired multi-time Cup-winning champion Mike Sullivan.
Solid hire. Even I know who he is.
Definitely solid.
Like, I saw the name, I'm like, wait a second, I know who this guy is. He was with the Penguins. Like, I recognize him.
With the Penguins in their Cup-winning years.
And if I recognize someone in hockey, he's got to be decent. Or infamous.
You are a Rangers fan.
I really don't watch hockey. I like to watch during the playoffs.
He's a pseudo-Rangers fan.
I'm not going to lie. I like to watch during the playoffs. It's a long regular season.
Those are what we call fair weather fans, who only root for the teams when they win.
I just don't have the time to watch hockey. I'm an accounting student.
I am Islanders fan. I'm a real fan of hockey. He is a Rangers fair weather fan. We don't like him.
But yeah, Mike Sullivan, multi-time Cup-winning champion. I think he can bring a lot out of the Rangers.
He can do a lot for them. They needed a change of pace. I don't know what went wrong with the team this year. They were genuine. I don't know what they were like. They were just like the 2023 Yankees when Judge was healthy. That is, like, they didn't change that much. They just couldn't perform like that.
After winning the President's Trophy, they dropped off the face of the earth. Like,
and this was the first year ever in the NHL's history. The Bruins, the Penguins, or the Rangers didn't qualify.
Yes, none of them were in the playoffs. First year ever, because they're all original 6 teams.
So it's kind of crazy. But moving on to another sports in the playoff right now, because we do have a big announcement at the end of the episode.
Let's go Knicks.
I hate to burst your bubbles. You guys are losing in 5 games at best. You guys played sloppy. Brunson had a moment. But you guys played very sloppy.
We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. We know it, but we don't want to hear it.
Broke someone's ankles in that final game.
Okay. That doesn't change anything. You had a hard time against the Pistons.
Well, the Pistons are good.
You had a hard time against the Pistons, and are going to go into Boston now. Expect to win. You are going to have your asses handed to you guys.
We went 0-4 against Boston.
You went
this year.
0-4 against
I
Boston,
said it
0-4
to
against Cleveland.
other people.
How do you guys expect to make it out of Boston alive? You're going to drop the first two in Boston.
As a realistic Knicks fan,
Like, you need to, in order to at least have a chance, you need to win one game in Boston. Because you play 4 there.
we gotta beat Tingus Pingus. We gotta beat Tingus Pingus.
You guys didn't choke as hard as the Lakers did, at least.
No, we did not choke as hard as the
The
Lakers.
Timberwolves are a good team.
Did
How
Nico
do
Harrison
you-
scam the league?
For Luka, they did all that just to win one additional game.
No, the Wolves are a good
The
team.
Wolves are a good
Wolves
team, yes.
very good team.
But
Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo are really made that team.
serious question, though. Very serious question.
Yeah.
If, whatever you call it, let's say the Lakers don't win next year either, is the Luka trade still a success?
100%.
Yeah, dude. They're set up for a good 5.
But isn't Luka?
Trade for Aaron Judge or something crazy like no.
But isn't Luka under contract only through next year?
They'll sign him.
It's like trading for Gunnar Henderson or something. Like that trade, no matter what happens, it's a win.
Like, obviously they won the trade, but like, will it be a success? Is what I mean.
Yes.
Not that they win the trade.
AD was old and he was never
No.
gonna-
I know they
never
won
gonna
the
go.
trade, but
Yeah.
do you guys still say it's a success if
Yes.
Luka walks next year and they don't win?
Yes, because you barely gave anything up to get him in general. You gave up you gave up AD, who couldn't even get through a full game in his first game with the Mavs.
And a first
In
round pick,
2029.
which first round picks in the NBA are thrown around like dollar bills.
But
They're not as nearly as valuable in any other.
I know I'm saying they won the trade, but I feel like they have to at least do something next year to get the best out of Luka. But that's all. There's not a lot to say on basketball. The Knicks just played really sloppy.
But we won.
Yeah,
But we won.
Okay, so that's the same thing as saying whatever you call it. The Mets won, but they played horribly.
But a win is a win.
It's not going to get you far. By the time we're on here next week, the Knicks will be on the brink of elimination.
Okay, so that's a Joe quote. Let's hold him to that.
But while I'm also being quoted, we do have a special announcement.
I think a special announcement that I'll let Maddie do it. You all can do.
We have Instagram.
That wasn't the big one I was going to do.
Probably an Instagram picture of our account right on the gear right now. Woo! Whoa!
Wait, Joe, what was your
How about
announcement?
Let's talk about the
next week's special episode?
But we'll get to that. Yeah.
Oh,
next
yes!
Let's talk about the Insta first.
Yeah, and then we have a big announcement.
We have
next week's
Instagram.
episode.
We're gonna be posting clips from our
we are
episodes
under-
and more
yeah.
fun behind-the-scenes bloopers, including.
Nick's reaction to the Bills draft pick.
That's already in here. I'm firing Brandon Bean into the fucking sun. You need a cornerback. Will Johnson is right there. Nope, I don't even know who we took. I don't even know his name. Joe, look up his name. I don't even know who it is. Go look. Oh my God, this Brandon Bean has to be fired. There's no way this guy's
Hairston?
Exactly. Who? Fire Brandon Bean. Send him into the sun.
But it will be on Instagram for everyone to see as well.
I hate you all.
And then we also are going to have
No, Joe, that's a good idea, Joe.
we're going to have an
That's a good idea,
Instagram
Joe.
exclusive City Field blog of our adventure.
Yes, we
So
will.
that's going to be on Instagram exclusively. So go subscribe for that. Go follow for that. And we're going to be going to another Mets game. We're going to drag Chris with us. Hopefully we get a Grimace appearance so Chris can see if Chris can recognize who the mascot is.
We will also have Chris talk about the loss of the Lakers in the playoffs.
Oh,
But
yeah.
next up, okay, before we
Yeah.
end this week's episode and we go to our
special announcement.
Very, very special episode next week. We're going to have our first guests.
we're gonna have 3 guests from the Malloy Esports team:
Mm-hmm.
Charles Albano, Evan Calhoun, and Chloe Flay. Callahan. Damn it.
Callahan. They're going to be speaking to us about Charlie's going to be speaking to us about his recent
And
trip to
then
Texas.
Evan and Chloe are gonna speak more about esports in general.
About
But-
Smash Bros. And Overwatch. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yep.
cool. Make
We're
sure you
gonna
guys
have
come
our
check it out
first
next week.
Esports coverage on Yeah We Know Sports. I guess you can call us Yeah We Know Esports. Ah.
But I will be held to my quote
Alright.
for 2 weeks about the Knicks being on the brink of elimination. That means
No, you said 1 week.
we're not going to be
Alright.
filming that episode next week, Nick.
But you said 1 week, so.
No, we should hold it
Yeah,
next
you
week.
get a week, Joe.
All right. All
But
right.
Yeah.
Let's end this here, guys.
before
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing
What do you got?
to close out the episode. I do want to know, who do you guys think will have the first pick in next year's draft?
NFL draft?
Which
Yeah.
NFL draft.
Let's close out the coverage.
Ooh.
I like this.
We can look back and see how wrong we were.
I don't think the Giants. I don't
No,
think the
definitely not
Giants.
I think we're gonna have a decent team this year.
Look at the NFL
Um,
teams
I don't know.
on my Yahoo Sports app. No. Why can I not find it?
Like, that's the thing. I dropped the bomb on you guys.
No, I like this.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say the New Orleans Saints. Because if they don't have Derek Carr playing as their starting QB, they have Spencer Rattler and the other guy who I can't remember his name. And I do not think that's going to be good for the QB at all.
I'm gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think there's gonna be a lot of growing pains on that team. I don't think Geno Smith is gonna be what people think he's gonna be. I think Gentry's gonna be fun to watch, but I don't think he can carry that offense. And I think they're gonna get Arch
I'm
Manning
gonna go.
to be able to throw to Gentry next year, and then that team will be very, 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 very scary.
Geno Smith nearly led the
I'm gonna
Seahawks
go-
to the playoffs, and now he's going to have a better running core behind him with Gentry. That's insane. You're saying that they're going to be the first pick overall.
I'm gonna go with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
I didn't like their draft this year. And
That means
I don't
Arch
think
Manning's gonna
Tua-
be in your division.
They're not going to take.
I don't-
Manning. They have two.
I don't think. No,
They just paid him like a big contract last offseason.
I
I
don't,
don't think he has much
Tua
longer.
is-
You can only hit your head a certain number
I
of
think
times.
Tyreek's gonna be traded. I think Tyreek's gonna be traded.
I also think the Browns have a shot.
Losing
Uh,
Jalen Ramsey, you have to
maybe,
remember.
maybe not the first pick, but I think they're gonna have a really.
I think the Browns have a shot too.
Joe.
Because let's
Joe,
be real.
Joe.
What?
Can I speak, please? Thank you. The Dolphins are actively trying to shop Jalen Ramsey as well.
It's
Yes.
possible, but another team I want to mention, my runner-up is going to be the Cleveland Browns. They're going to be
Man, you just
awful.
picked the boring pick.
Deshaun is going to be either ineligible to play because he's going to do something bad
He's gonna be
again.
eligible to play because he has to go serve prison.
He has to go and pay his debt to society. Or he's going to be hurt. One of the two. He hasn't played a full season in God knows how long. He's not serviceable. Sanders is... I don't even know what to say about him.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, who is he? Joe Flacco's going to be in bed by 4:30. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be like, I got this, guys. I'm a Super Bowl winning QB. I played in the last Super Bowl and won.
They can, Joe, don't worry. If Joe Flacco starts, they can win all of their 1 o'clock games.
All right, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Saints GM, who I can't remember the name of. What do you mean? You want me to go be the starting quarterback for the Saints? I just have to wait a couple more. I have to wait a couple more days till I get the further information. Of course, Saints GM, who I can't remember the name. Thank you so much. I'll let my co-host of Yeah We Know Sports know right now as we finish off this episode.
Well, Maddie and I know sports.
I hate
Nick
to-
doesn't because he got pranked.
This
And we'll
is-
see you all.
This is gonna be my last episode, everyone. I'm gonna go be the Saints' new starting quarterback. It's been a fun ride.
Good
Maddie, we got him off the
everybody.
show. We got him off the show. I know we said we were ending it, but we have to celebrate now that Nick's off the show.
Have a good one, everyone. Take care.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
We'll see
Don't
you next
forget
time.
to follow us on Instagram. We'll see you for our esports
When
special
I'm,
next week.
Quarterback. Bye.
See you next time.